walk your dog, walk your cat, walk your husband. I don't care who you walk. Just get your ass out there and start walking someone. Good morning, my beautiful and lovely friends. It's going to be a beautiful and lovely day. And you know how I know? Because that's what I decided, damn it. We're putting on all our gadgets and gizmos. Got a mood ring here. I put on all of my emerald who's-its and what's-its. I'm so excited for this new season. Last spring, I got surgery, so I didn't do all of my outdoor activities like hiking and rollerblading and biking and all the fun things that I love. And I really felt that over the summer because it's been too hot to go outside and do those things. So today I'm taking advantage of the beautiful weather. It's supposed to be high of 90s, but not until like 3 p.m. So definitely gonna go outside for a little bit, but I have not yet done my coffee walk. And I also ran out of lashes and I'm feeling the lashes today. Okay, I lied. I do have a pair of lashes, but I don't know if I'm feeling these lashes today. Do we want spiky X boosted volume? I got these for comedic purposes only. So let's go for a little Java walk and talk and yeah, just catch up. How are you? What's new? I'm gonna go brush my teeth first. Now, I don't know about y'all, but lately I've been really having to pay attention to my nervous system. There's a lot going on in the world. I have been on high alert, fight and flight, living in my sympathetic nervous system. So we're just gonna chat about that a little bit as I go throughout my day. So I hope you'll join me. So our sympathetic nervous system is important to alert us to danger. So if you're walking to the grocery store and someone sneaks up on you and startles you, you're in your fight and flight, and it's important to be in your sympathetic nervous system so you can take action. That definitely absolutely happened to me the other night and it freaked me out. Your heart rate raises, you get the sweats, your brain is on high alert. That's a healthy and important function of your sympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is when you're meditating or resting and digesting, like that kind of slower vibe. Or when you're around safe people, like your heart rate is normalized, you can rest and relax. But I've noticed lately, especially with the news and all the tension in the world right now, that it's been hard for me to regulate my nervous system. I feel like I'm always in fight or flight or freeze, or I just want to eat crappy food and check out and binge watch TV. Like I've been having those impulses a lot lately where I just want to like turn off everything. My workload is extremely high right now, and then trying to process what's happening in the world on top of that has been a little debilitating. So today I'm just going to do things that regulate my nervous system and kind of explain why I'm doing them, and maybe they'll be helpful for you guys too. Like I don't think it matters what side of politics you're on right now. Like our country is suffering and so divided, and it's causing me a lot of anxiety and fear around the future. We can't necessarily control the world around us. Yes, we can take action in certain ways, but we can't control what other people do. All we can control is our internal world, and it's so important for us to stay in a high vibration, stay out of fear, stay out of lack, and stay more connected to ourselves, and we can connect to others and live with empathy and understanding. And I think that's important now more than ever. Today, that is my focus. That is my intention. So step one thing for me that I do that helps regulate my nervous system is writing in my journal. Getting those thoughts out kind of lets me see my internal self-talk and be detached from it. Just kind of observe it from an outside perspective. And then page 2, I write the things I want and have gratitude for them as if they already exist. And then page 3, I write gratitude for things that I have presently. So bam, voila, I start my day pretty darn regulated. Every day I take a look at my dopamine menu and just remember activities I can do to have a healthier brain in general. But then every day I write a specific intention. Today is be consistent, integrity builds confidence, and then the 10,000 hour rule. Being consistent is something I struggle with a lot because I have a very ADHD way of functioning. I have a brain that is very on when it's on and then off when it's off. So I tend to overcommit things and get a lot done in a short amount of time and then crash. And it has a lot to do with my nervous system, I'm realizing. So that's why I'm paying attention to this subject today. I have noticed since that big event happened a few weeks ago that my nervous system has been very dysregulated, and it has been affecting my work, my productivity, and that's something I want to get control over. I have been struggling a lot, actually, with not feeling safe in our country, in the world, and just a lack of safety in general. It has put me in fight or flight, and it's been really hard for me to keep up with my daily tasks. I am extremely fatigued, exhausted, anxious. And so I've been focusing the last couple days on what I can control, and that is feeling really good for me. All right, so instead of driving to buy my lashes, I'm going to walk. I'm really wanting a winged lash today. It's just something I'm looking forward to. It's silly, I know, but I love it. But I'm gonna walk to buy my lashes. I talk about walking in almost every single video and how good it is for your mental and physical health, but I wanna dive a little deeper into that today and the neuroscience behind that and how it helps balance our nervous system. Walking increases blood flow to your brain and helps reduce cortisol in your body. So the stress hormone in your body dissipates when you're walking. Also, getting out into nature helps you feel grounded, connected. Not only that, but whenever you do something that has a side-to-side motion, like walking or rollerblading, or some people will do tapping, especially when it's in a rhythmic manner, it helps balance the right and left hemisphere of your brains, and it causes synergy between both of them. It significantly helps your brain function and balancing your body, your hormones, and your nervous system. So get your cutie patootie booties out there and get your walk in. Walk your dog, walk your cat, walk your husband. I don't care who you walk. Just get your ass out there and start walking someone. Also, getting some sunshine, preferably early morning sun and evening sun when the UV is not extremely high and going to damage your skin. Yeah, just get outside. If walking is extremely and painfully boring to you, which I know a lot of people have said that, they're like, ugh, I don't want to. I just don't want to, Danna. And I'm like, okay, yes, I hear you, I see you, I get you. I think the benefits are grand enough that you should do it anyway, and maybe just reframe it like, yay, I'm gonna go out and listen to that podcast I've been wanting to listen to, or I'm gonna call my sweet Aunt Sally and catch up with her. When I talk to my Aunt Linda, we always walk around the house and get our steps in. It's kind of fun, but there's so many benefits to walking. The fresh air, the oxygen. I also like saying hi to people passing and just having that little moment of connection is also nice. But it is a lovely day. I love listening to the birds. It also helps me get present. I love looking for little creatures, the bugs and the butterflies, all good things, really. I have also read that the increase of blood flow goes specifically to your prefrontal cortex, which helps with brain functioning as well as emotional regulation. So I have been feeling emotionally dysregulated for the last couple weeks. It has been a very new feeling I've never felt before, and that keeps happening. And we don't want to get used to that feeling. We don't want to accept this reality as okay or something we should get used to. Whatever reality is happening out there, I feel like it's really important to make sure we're taking care of our nervous system and doing our part to take care of ourselves. Oh, hello, pretty flowers. I think these are called lantana, I'm pretty sure. Pretty. I think these are Mexican, what are those called? Mexican petunias. That's the one. I remember looking that up the other day and they're so pretty. But I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my walk and just kind of get grounded. Oh, it's so beautiful out here. This is why I live in St. George. It is sunny year round. It is too hot in the summers. I would love to have a Montana cabin or house to escape to in the summers, but I do absolutely love it here. Like, it's gonna be 20 below zero in Montana in December or January, and I'm gonna be on this bike path rollerblading. So coming into my favorite season, I call it second spring because it doesn't really turn fall here. I do get allergies twice a year here, which is not my favorite, but it's worth it to live in such a beautiful place. And then it's just a skip, hop, and a jump right over to Zion. My last video was about lucky girl syndrome, and I'm feeling all those vibes. I feel so lucky to be myself, living in this place and have everything that I do have. And my hope for each of you is that you feel that way every every single day. I feel so blessed to be you and so lucky to have the special gifts that you have that you can share with the world. We all have those, right? You have gifts that I could only dream of having. I want to encourage you to embody those things and share them with the world. We need authentic, connected people in this world supporting each other to be exactly that. So tap into your most beautiful self and share that with the world, and I feel like it'll make it a better place for all of us to live in. All right, I got 5,000 steps in. I broke a sweat, feeling good, feeling centered. And for today's creation, I am making an avocado plant farm. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how I've been taking my avocados from pits to pretties. I'm a little worried about this guy. I feel like the leaves are a little brownish, tiny bit. I think he might need a little less sun. This one's an older bloom. I already chopped off the top and it grew back, but this guy still might need a little less sunlight. We'll see. Same with this guy. He's got a little bit of brown. Anyways, so today's all about regulating our nervous system. Gardening and planting is something that definitely does that. It helps you regulate your emotions, feel connected. When you have your hands in the dirt and you're watching your plants grow, it gives you this sense of connectedness with Mother Nature. It puts you in the flow because you're completely immersed in the moment. It teaches you patience, and it took a while for this guy to get where he's at. He's almost ready to be potted, actually. This is Harold, this is Maud, and then Modest. Modest has some little leaves as well. This guy's ready for a snip. This is in my hallway, so every time I walk through here, I just get a little boost of happy, and I have totally become that plant lady who talks to her plants. I come over here and I'm like, hello, my pretties. You're looking so beautiful today. Good job. And it's teaching me to trust the process. Like, it's taken forever for these leaves to sprout. It's also a good representation of how manifestation works. Like, I planted these and then I just kind of have to let them be. Yes, make sure I'm watering them, keeping an eye on them, but I just kind of have to let go and detach from the outcome because it's going to take a while for them to sprout and I want to see the results right away. And you just really have to trust that they're going to bloom, even if you don't see the bloom for a long time. So Harold looked like this, and I had to trim the leaves off so that these could sprout, and it didn't sprout for like a month. But you just have to trust the process. Put out your intention, make sure you're watering your plants, but also just trust that they're going to bloom. Trust that what you put out there is going to come to you. And I think this is a good visual representation of manifestation. You gotta just kind of trust the process sometimes. And you can't force something to bloom. Like, nature has to take its course. I'm also not gonna sit and stare at them all day, every day, hoping I'll see them sprout and then being bummed when they don't. Planting my little avocado pits has brought me just a little pinch of joy and helps me be in the flow, be in the moment, and it's fun watching your little botanicals grow. It's so fun. I would love to have a big garden one day. Like, I want like a full backyard greenhouse garden. I don't want to live on a farm, but I want to have some backyard hens, and I want to have a lot of planted veggies, fruits, strawberries, and then raspberries. I really want raspberry bushes. One of my fondest memories at my grandma's house is I would go and talk to the raspberry bushes and tell them how beautiful they are and pluck them and just eat them off of the vine. Is it a vine? Raspberry vine? I don't know. They were delicious, I know that. And I kept having this feeling of I can't wait to have my own house so I can plant things and have my own garden. I'm getting into this practice of just doing what I can with what I have. So no, I don't have the big magnificent garden that I want eventually, but I can plant some avocado pits. So I'm gonna show you how to do that if you want to plant your own. Like, literally every time I get an avocado, I sprout it. I sprout it and see if it has potential. So I'm gonna make a delicious breakfast and I'm gonna make a delicious bruised breakfast. I also saved these local peach pits. I don't know if I can still sprout them. They've been sitting here for a few weeks, but I would love to break these open and sprout these. These are the regular peaches and these are the white peaches. I'm trying to keep them separate so I know which is which. And then here's my avocado that I left out last night so I can kind of show you the different stages. Okay, so I love to make my food look beautiful, but a lot of times I'm just reheating up taco meat, putting on some Greek yogurt instead of sour cream because I ran out, and I'm gonna put some avocado on top along with some hot sauce. And making it look beautiful is fun, and I enjoy doing that, but I don't always. Right now I'm filming my short for Instagram, so I'm gonna enjoy that process kind of while I'm getting my food ready. So follow me on Instagram if you don't already. Otherwise, that will post tomorrow here on YouTube. By the way, something worth mentioning when it comes to brain health, regulating your nervous system, eating proper nutrition, not eating a ton of sugary foods that are gonna spike your insulin and cause dysregulation in your body. We want our cells and our neurons to be wiring and firing properly, and nutrition is a huge part of that. So healthy high fats are really important for proper brain health, brain function, and nervous system regulation. Walnuts, also an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for your brains, as well as salmon. We want wild-caught salmon if at all possible. And then getting in plenty of leafy greens and berries. Things like that will help our brain function and help our neurons connect and fire properly. So, since I have avocado on the brain, I feel like that's worth mentioning. Working out and eating properly can seem entirely superficial, but it is not. Yes, when you eat healthy fats, you have glowy skin, your hair is softer and more pretty, you have a more positive demeanor because you're just feeling good. It also helps maintain your weight, but the neurological and mental health benefits of eating properly are beyond whatever benefit that looking good has for me. I'm finishing this song called We the Free, and it's like bringing me to tears. I have to finish it, and I'm so grateful I did not put on my eyelashes today. It was called We Are Not Enemies, but I don't want to put like two negatives together, not enemies. So I'm calling it We the Free. But in lieu of talking about emotional regulation and neuroplasticity and regulating our nervous system. Those are the words I was looking for. Getting into the creative flow or into a sports flow, like when you're playing basketball and you're totally in the zone, that's the same thing as being in the artist's flow. When we can get into that flow, we are no longer in fight or flight. That totally activates our parasympathetic nervous system. And I share a lot of like really feminine ways of getting into that flow. But if you're a man watching, it might be like working on your car, like taking care and pride in your car. Some men are more artistic and some aren't, but I just wanted to give some examples if you are a man watching. Like it might not be lighting candles and putting these little pretty, rainbow crystals on your wall. It could be polishing your motorcycle. It could be cooking a beautiful meal. There are a lot of things that men can be doing to get into the flow as well. So this isn't just for women. Or maybe you have a wood shop and you want to like go out and organize your wood shop and get everything looking clean and organized and taken care of. But anything that can put you in that state of flow or appreciation. Like when I walk past my crystals, it's not that my crystals have some magical power. I could take my little candle warmer thing and assign a meaning to it, put an intention into it, and then every time I see it or experience it, I will feel the feelings that I put into it. It happens the opposite way as well. Like I was talking about the other day, and I would start crocheting, I would start thinking about scenes from true crime shows. And I didn't want my crochet to be associated with people getting literal. So I stopped watching true crime, started watching more uplifting things while I was crocheting, and our brains automatically create neural pathways. And since everything's so out of control right now, I think it's extra important that we're empowered in creating healthy nervous systems and wiring and firing our brains to function properly. It's especially important now. I'm getting out my crystal bowls and I'm gonna sit and meditate for a minute. And now meditation for me is always something I'm very resistant to. So I just wanna share one little thing with you that works for me that has been studied by a neuroscientist. Whenever you're feeling activated, you have the sweaty pits, or you're nervous or anxious about something, take a couple of these breaths. It's 2 quick inhales through your nose and then a long exhale through your mouth. It's a little easier when you're not having allergies. It's second spring here in St. George. I get allergies twice a year. You don't have to sit down for a 15-minute meditation or even a 5-minute meditation. If you can just take a couple of breaths, even like just a sigh. When you hear someone sigh, it's actually a self-soothing thing. So 2 breaths in and a long sigh out. That's just a little thing that you can do to immediately regulate your nervous system, kind of get out of that fight or flight. It's important to have our sympathetic nervous system to keep us safe. But when there's no immediate threat, it is harmful to stay in a sympathetic nervous system state. It's better to be in a relaxed, creative flow state. So I am gonna do a little meditation. I'm gonna sit for 5 minutes. Maybe it'll turn into 10, I don't know. And you don't have to do every single one of these every single day. You can just take one of them. They're all good options and tools to keep in your toolbox. Don't feel like you have to spend all day, every day regulating your nervous system, but just be aware of your body, how you're feeling at any given moment. If you catch yourself ruminating, take a couple breaths. Go do something creative, go on a walk. I don't do every single one of these things every single day, but I have incorporated some of them into my routine. Walking is a definite must, writing my journal is a must, and creating something is a must for me every day. Pulled a tarot card just for fun. I don't know what 8 of Pentacles means, but I think it's funny that the spider is on this because the spider weaves a little web and creates these little pathways. We were talking about neuroplasticity and creating better pathways in our brains. 8 is a good number. I was born on 8/8, so I'm definitely biased, but I love the number 8. With diligence and patience, the spider crafts her gossamer web. Dawn dusts an array of dewy stars across the threads. Weaver, weave a pattern, weave a dream of summer musk, weave a drape of autumn dusk. Weaver, weave a fate, weave a life's frail anchored line, weave the pale moon's waxing signs. Weaver, weave a web, craft each silky precious thread, artist's inhibitions shed. Is this trying to help me get over my writer's block? See, I love tarot because you can kind of make it mean whatever you want it to. Spider works hard. She weaves her web through the night, each thread placed with care to create a pattern at once beautiful and built for a purpose. It's like a meditation, an intricate dance with 8 legs, spin, step, step, hold, place thread, twist and step and repeat. The 8 of Pentacles embodies a crafts. I feel like I'm reading to you like a kid. Have you ever read to children? You have to hold the book like this. I got used to reading upside down too, because you would like hold the book and read upside down. The 8 of Pentacles embodies a craftsman, someone possessing great patience and who is attentive to details. It's a call to be absorbed in a project, to seek out knowledge and pursue a higher understanding. Well, isn't this fitting? Holy shit. But this must be done with practical experience, using one's own hands and body and mind to create. Ooh, I resonate with that. It's like you can know what to do cognitively. I've known these tools for 15 years, but have I always implemented them? Absolutely not. Like you can know how to regulate your nervous system. You actually have to do it. It's kind of like diet and exercise. You can know what to do, but if you don't do it, you're not going to get the results. Okay, but this must be done with practical experience, using one's own hands and body and mind to create. This is often what is required to achieve success, a practical application of intellect and skill to a task to see it through to the finish. All right, 8 of Pentacles. So we're all about immersing ourselves in work that gives our life meaning. I love this card, 8 of Pentacles. I'm gonna put this out. I like it. I just pulled this the other day and I didn't read it until now. And I noticed when I was sitting down to meditate, that I'm like, oh, that green card on my green day. I'm gonna read what it means. I love it. A little spider. I think spiders have really positive meanings, but for tarot, I love pulling a tarot card and meditating. Like you can take a positive meaning out of anything and meditate on it. So I'm gonna meditate on creating the future that I want, weaving the web in the most beautiful pattern that I can. I'm just gonna put this in here. I made this little thing where I can like slide my card in every day. So be consistent. Integrity builds confidence. 10,000 hour rule. This is all about creating the life you want. My new thing is I'm making sure I practice or write music for at least an hour a day. And that's kind of what I'm talking about with the 10,000 hour rule. So I've already reached 10,000 hours with music, but I have not practiced it in a long time. So speaking of, if you made it this far in the video, give me 4 random words that could be holiday related, because I'm making a Christmas album this year and I'm gonna write a few new songs. I'm gonna revamp some old songs, so I would love your input. Yay, this will be fun. I just realized this morning, I'm like, I have 2 months to finish my Christmas album, so wish me luck. Okay, so this is really vulnerable for me, but when I meditate and play my singing bowls, I actually sing along with it. It really helps me get into the flow state. So here's a little sample with some extra reverb just for fun. One thing too about doing incantations, like I kept singing, we weave the webs of peace. And it's impossible to have any sort of self-talk happening when you're stating intentions. Our values and beliefs create our personality, and sometimes my conscious brain beliefs do not match up with my internal self-talk. So I'm doing these practices to literally rewire my brains. Sometimes when you go through trauma, especially childhood trauma, your brain can be wired for fight and flight, and you can perceive things that aren't dangerous as dangerous. I have some trauma I'm working through, things that keep coming up for me, or patterns I keep repeating in my life, or attracting the same sort of people who trigger these patterns, that kind of thing. So it starts with me. I'm doing the work to rewire and just be free of the trauma I've experienced. Also, living in a van for me caused a lot of fight and flight, just the very nature of it, not having a safe place. Like I created safety wherever I went to the best of my ability, but just the act of traveling, not knowing where I was gonna park, and it felt like every day was an escape room. And a lot of it was an adventure. I think reframing anxiety as excitement can work, especially when I have stage fright. I get the sweaty armpits, I get the nerves, but I can use it to my advantage if I reframe it as excitement or energy toward my performance. I've just observed myself being in stress a lot over the last couple weeks. So yeah, this is just something I'm focusing on pretty hard right now, and I think it's worth sharing. So would you guys be interested in an album of singing bowls / singing? Like I can just do the singing bowls and play them in a pretty way for meditation music and singing along with them. Like take what I just did and add a shit ton of reverb. Like hell yeah, sign me up. But I just want to suss out if there's any interest in that. I'm getting a little hoarse. I've been singing a lot today, so I'm gonna take a voice break. But yeah, that kind of sums up just like the few things that I do to help regulate my nervous system. Exercise is always a good one. The deep breathing stuff, super good. And if you made it this far in the video, I want to know if you have any ideas for things to do to regulate your nervous system. For me, it's just like doing something creative always gets me there. If you don't know, maybe look something up and see if you can find something that you could share with us all, because I mean, I'm all about helping each other. I just wanted to share a message of togetherness today, and I hope you guys are doing well. Hope your hearts are settled, and hope you're enjoying life. I'm gonna pop off and save my voice, and I'll see you soon with a new video. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, share it with your friends, and we'll see you soon.